What up, YouTube? This is Invincible13 Matt again, and I got another duel for you today because I just had a pretty good duel, and it's a really good example of how the North Wemco deck can basically just tell people to shut up, sit down, and stay out of my duel because you can't special summon. And it's not even a meta deck, and it basically just proves how much the game has come to rely on the so-called special summon, which is no longer particularly special. So, yeah, let's go. Alright, so we start off, and I pick the scissors and cut through his paper, because for some reason a lot of people on Duel Network seem to like picking paper. So I go first, because, you know, that's how you win. And opening hand is Ritual of Grace, Tour Guide, Pot, and Raikou, and a Breaker. 2 rituals is bad, but the rest is fine, so I set the Raikou and bluff the Ritual of Grace, because there's not a lot of reason not to. I can always preparation that one back or use the other one if I need to, and I'm not likely to summon more than one North Wemco. And he summons Delta Flyer. I'm like, what? Delta Flyer? What is this nonsense? So he flips the Raikou, and I probably misplayed this and destroyed his monster instead of going after the cards he just set like an idiot. Because you really shouldn't be setting cards in main phase 1 if you're going to attack. And I mill 3, I got a Sork, and a couple other cards in there. But I basically have Light and Dark, so I can summon another Sork if I draw it. But I draw a Sankin, and I summon Breaker because, you know, he's got a back row, and I'm like, I'm gonna break it open. And, yeah, I wait for a little while, and then declare Breaker's effect, and blow up his middle face down card, because the middle one seems to be the most important for a lot of people. And it turns out that it's Dimension Prison, so I'm like, yeah. So I feel pretty good about that, because Dimensional Prison is pretty awesome. And I swing into the second Dimensional Prison that I had just, like, a few seconds earlier thought, huh, it'd be funny if that was Dimensional Prison. I knew it. So I had my turn with nothing else to do. And he goes Vanguard of the Dragon, and plays Monster Reborn on his Delta Flyer. And it turns out that Delta Flyer is a tuner. So, he bumps up Delta Flyer's level by 1 and synchro summons a Stardust Dragon. And I'm like, okay, I have a Tour Guide, I can at least time break that next turn. Right? So, yeah, and I'm facing down that Stardust Dragon, and he swings through with 2,500 feet down, and I take it to the dome. After he sets a card again like an idiot. And I'm like, okay, I can do this, I can time break. Oh, Raikou, you're not gonna help me here. That's a Stardust Dragon. So it's like a Tour Guide. I'm like, okay, Tour Guide, fishing out my release ritual, because I might do that later. I probably will do that later. Actually, that reminds me, I did in fact mill a Digital Presider of rituals, so I'm like, it's good, this is good. And, yeah, do overlay and do that XYZ thing. Accidentally tried to show my action deck, but managed not to do that, it's a good thing. Overlay it, and, bump off the Digital Releaser of rituals, and, swing, and pray that that's not a defensive trap, but it is. It's Air Force. So, yeah. I'm like, aww, detach that, send it to the grave. This isn't going so well, I don't have any other outs. Let's do this. So I activate Pot of Everice, and I'm like, okay, I have one option here, and that is to draw either Preparation of Rites or North Wemco. So I actually special summon the monsters when I'm doing this on Duel Network, because it's basically me thinking out loud. So yeah, send the Sword back, Leviathan, Tour Guide, Raikou, and Taylor. And draw my 2 after shuffling them. And so shuffle, yada yada yada. Draw, and the first card is a Typhoon, and the second is North Wemco, and I'm like, yes! Victory! I can summon North Wemco because it's a boss! And I banish my monsters from the graveyard because it's a good move. And special summon North Wemco. And declare North Wemco's effect so that while Stardust sits on the field, she can't be destroyed by card effects. Which isn't effective on Stardust, but you have to realize that he can't special summon now. I used a Jin Release Ritual effect, so if he does tribute the Stardust Dragon to negate one of my cards, it's not coming back unless he gets rid of North Lunko before that. So he draws, and he sets a card, and he sets a monster, and calls it his turn. Because he's out of cards in hand, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Typhoon that face down, because I know he runs Deep Business, and there's a chance he might have another. If he negates it, I'll remove the ritual, but he doesn't negate it because it's just Dragon Rage. So I'm like, oh, cool, that's fine. And I swing at the face down monster. And it turns out that it was just a decoy dragon. And it wasn't decoying much anything. So I declared Legitimate Presider a ritual effect because I used it for the ritual summon, so now I get to draw a card because North Lunko blew the monster. And it happens to be Tour Guide, and I'm like, just fun. So I set the Raikou, because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and swing. Set the 1 just in case, because if he swings the Raikou or destroys my North Lunko in some way, I want to be able to warn the Stardust, because then I can help with the Tour Guide. And so he swings the Raikou like I thought he would, and I flip the Raikou, blow up the Stardust. And he uses the Stardust effect to negate it, which is fine with me. And yeah, so he proceeds to his end phase, I believe, and attempts to looks through his graveyard and summons Stardust Dragon, and I say stop, you can't do that. Because, yeah, and he's basically just like, yeah, you're not part of this game anymore. You can't special summon monsters, you can't do that. And he just sits there and is like, oh, fine. My Stardust. You're gone now. And I'm sad. So yeah, Zork, I try to do some quick math, but realize I won't be able to kill with Zork plus Leviathan, so I just summon Leviathan. Go through my deck, get prepared for another potential ritual by getting into Releaser, because you never know, it might go away. Overlay it onto my Tour Guide, and say, yeah, Leviathan. It's a dragon, and it is detaching magician, because the magician likes to be on the graveyard. And I swing through with the massive beat down to his face. Leviathan takes off, and my woman hits him in the face, more damage. And I know he doesn't have Gores because he can't summon Gores in any case, and that's good, because especially summoning Gores is bad. And so he draws and sets a monster and ends of the turn. And I'm like, sweet. And I draw Veiler, and I'm like, that's not helpful right now, but I can get this. I got this. Like, wait. I can get this. I'm going to set the Sandgate. Because Sandgate gives me the damage I need. Guys swing. He has a defensive measure. It's a masked dragon. But the thing is, he can't special summon. So his masked dragon dies horribly. I could draw a card now, but I don't. Because I'm just going to swing through for a game to say GG! If you want to press the GG button. So yeah, GG! It missed defeat, and yeah. That's pretty much the game. So yeah, shutting off people's special summons is powerful. If the banning of Royal Oppression was not an indicator of that, it can basically just shut people out of duels. Also helps I drew a couple extra cards there. So yeah, Pot of Avarice is good. Preventing people from special summoning is good. See you later, YouTube.